Hi guys, it's Ani, and today I'm going to be getting ready to graduate high school. Okay, I'm actually technically not graduating today. I'm graduating tomorrow morning. But I'm gonna take pictures the day before because I feel like tomorrow I'm gonna be really like stressed out and anxious. And I did my hair yesterday. I retwisted my hair, so I'm gonna take out my hair and I'm gonna force my brother to come take some pictures of me, film some TikToks. I just wanted to talk about my overall high school experience because honestly, high school was probably like the worst time of my life. I'm laughing, but it's not funny. So trigger warning, moving forward, I'm gonna be talking about mental illness, depression, anxiety, self-harm, suicide, drugs. People keep asking me like, oh, how do you feel that you're graduating? And like, obviously I'm super excited, but I just feel like a fake adult. I started high school during like the COVID year, so my freshman year was online. And so I feel like in a way also it feels like my time is kind of cut short because I feel like I only was really in high school for 3 years. Because like freshman year feels like it didn't even count, you know? Like I was talking to one of my art teachers and she was like, you're one of like the few people that I remember from the COVID year. Like you guys made it out. And I was like, bro, that's crazy. When high school started, I was really struggling with my mental health. Like that was the year that I had got a therapist because when I had went to the doctor, they had found out about like my weight loss and just kind of how bad I was doing mentally. Like I was having a lot of like really bad OCD flare-ups to the point where I would like go crazy. Like if I lost something, I was going crazy. I was having really bad paranoia, and then on top of it, like, you know, being COVID times and everyone's sick and dying, I was paranoid. I didn't want to leave the house, isolated myself. But I did have a best friend during this time. She was like the one person that I talked to, and I was really codependent on her. Honestly, we were really codependent on each other. But that was my best friend. If you're watching this, I wish you the best. I started talking to a therapist because I was having really bad like self-harm issues. And it was like just to the point where I every single day was praying to not wake up. I was spending a lot of time online, as most of us were. I was on a lot of apps like Yubo. Like during this time, me and my best friend at the time made a lot of online friends with like random people on Yubo, who some of them I still know to this day, which is kind of funny. Like some of them I'm still mutuals with. I started talking to people online, and it kind of began some toxic relationships that I had. Actually, that friendship also, that girl that was my best friend, it was a really toxic codependent relationship. And then, you know, once the COVID year was up and we ended up going back to school my sophomore year, I just felt like I was feeling a lot better. I was in therapy for that whole online year, and at this point I was ready to start working. And so I was like endlessly looking for a job. Like even during my freshman year, I really wanted to work, even though I had really bad anxiety. I didn't know how that was gonna work. Thankfully it didn't, because I probably would not have lasted anywhere. Like I remember the interviews that I went to during that time. I don't know how I realistically thought that I would ever be able to work, because I could barely even hold a conversation, look someone in the eye at the job interview. I just continued to notice these really bad patterns in my relationship. And if you guys don't know, I'm gay. My mom is also gay, so I never felt like uncomfortable with my sexuality, but for some reason I still felt really ashamed of it, and I felt like people expected me to like girls anyways, and so I just felt like my I don't know, I feel like my relationships were invalid, which caused me to just feel even worse and more confused about relationships, and I just wanted to date anyone to see how I felt. And so I did that in high school. Anyone who I liked who liked me back, I clung on to them. Really let a lot of my worth have to do with the way that these dudes and girls were treating me. Anyways, throughout high school, I dealt with an eating disorder that was really triggered mainly by stress. And I mean, I really have denied it until recently. I'm still trying to figure it out. Because it also has to do with on my sophomore year, I also started hanging out with some bad influences. And I was already doing bad stuff, but hanging around these girls made me feel like what I was doing already wasn't that bad. And so then when I did what they did, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I justified it as, oh, I'm not as bad as them. That started its whole own thing. Fast forward to junior year, definitely my most stressful year. This was the year that I struggled the most with mine, and I completely lost myself. Started hanging out with this girl that I was friends with at work, and she happened to be a and you start hanging out with these people, they're the ones applying the stuff. So then again, like I said, I just became really normalized to this, and I thought it was okay, I thought it was normal. Meanwhile, no one knows I'm still keeping up straight A's. You know, after a bit, I kind of chilled out because I got a job finally, and so I wasn't really going out as much. And once I got locked into the job, like for real, and started making money, I was basically just working and doing what I wanted to do in my free time. You know what I mean? The end of my junior year, I also stopped being friends with that girl who was like my COVID bestie that I was kind of talking about, but also she was like my best friend all throughout middle school and then all the way up and all throughout high school up until junior year. So it was really hard for me, especially because I was so codependent and I felt so like attached to this girl. And even though I was the one that decided that I didn't want to be friends with her, it was really hard for me. I mean, looking back now, I'm way happier, and I'm honestly really glad that I cut things off with her, because I think that we were both just tying each other down and pulling each other in directions that we didn't want to go. At least me speaking for myself. And I just felt really unhappy and disrespected as her friend on a regular. So if you have a friend that makes you feel like that, leave them, because I mean, at the time I couldn't imagine a time that we would ever not be friends, but now looking back, I could not imagine my life now if we were friends. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing great. It still sucks, but when you lose your best friend, you're kind of forced to get to know yourself more, figure out what you actually like, what you care about. So that was my life for a while. And again, I just began isolating myself a lot during this time, because I was like, if my best friend could do that, then why trust anyone? And another cycle of isolation started. Around this time, I also started therapy again. With time, it got easier being without her, and I met a lot of people and got closer to a lot of people who I would have never gotten closer to. Me and that girl would have never stopped being friends. So I'm really grateful for that, and I think about that all the time, because I would have never met, you know, or gotten close to my best friend now if I would have never stopped talking to this person. But it definitely was hard, and I went through a very long period of isolation. Honestly, I'm really grateful for all the experiences that I had and all the things that I went through after that. My depression did definitely get a lot worse. That period of isolation also forced me to look within myself, because I'm not a perfect person either, and I wasn't the perfect friend or person throughout our friendship, especially with my codependency, with my insecurities in our friendship. Yeah, that girl taught me a lot. She taught me a lot of patience. She taught me how to love and learn, and I definitely did grow from our friendship, so it's really no bad feelings towards that girl now. If you see this, I don't know if you still consider me an op. I'm sorry about egging your house. I'm not sorry. Yeah, okay, so fast forward to this year, my senior year. At the beginning of senior year, I kind of felt lost because even though I did have this new group of friends and I had people that I felt really comfortable and close with, I still just felt weird because I felt like I was going into my senior year with a completely different group of people. I felt completely different, had a new job at this time, so I was just feeling really like weird. Again, time did heal things, and I actually ended up getting into a relationship around kind of the beginning of the year, my senior year this year. It was around October we met, and I think that me and this girl, we met during a time where I feel like I really just needed someone to cling on to again, and that's what I did. And that's definitely where I went wrong within this relationship. Ew! 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 We met each other when I was in a crazy point in my life. And so I wasn't the perfect girlfriend. She wasn't either, and we were both confused. And looking back, I would do a lot of things differently. But when we broke up, I kind of went crazy. And I started binge drinking, doing anything I could get my hands on. And it lasted a few weeks. Like, I was out. And then, of course, you know, I'm going through all this during the breakup, so I'm not processing my emotions. So this is delaying my healing process. But, you know, I did eventually kind of pull myself out of this bender. I think that I just felt really hurt and betrayed, which caused me to act out a lot during this breakup. Like, I acted completely out of character. Like, I will admit I was in the wrong a lot of percent of the time. But yeah, that whole thing was crazy. And during this time, I also started medication for my depression. I tried a few different medicines. I don't even know the names of all of them, but I am currently taking Prozac and like a as needed sleep aid or whatever. And I'm feeling okay. Honestly, I still just identify as healing. I'm planning to go to a kind of community like city college. But I really want to do tattoos, as you guys know. So I'm working on my portfolio. I'm really excited because I recently got a new job. I'm gonna be working at Dutch Bros, and I'm graduating high school tomorrow. So like things are looking up. I'm still working on my journey with my sobriety. So if you want more videos about that, I mean, I can talk more about that, but I feel like that really like was the whole thing in itself. But yeah, within like these last 4 years, obviously I have met a lot of people, gained a lot of friendships, a lot of friendships, been in relationships, gotten out of relationships. And I feel like my biggest takeaway, honestly, have just been to focus on myself. Like, when I look back at my overall high school experience, I wish that I would have just been more focused on me instead of everyone else. I focused on my studies and just really locked in when it came to my mental health, because a lot of the situations and the things that I went through were things that I subjected myself to. Forward, I'm really trying to work on my motivation, because I use school as an excuse to not be motivated. Like, oh, I'm so tired with school, I'm so busy with school, so I don't have time to do this. Well, now I really have no excuse. So I'm really excited to start tattooing more and filming more YouTube videos, because those are the things that I really love to do. But yeah, I mean, I feel a lot happier now compared to the beginning of high school. Like, at the beginning of high school, I would genuinely wake up every day and try to suffocate myself in my pillow because I did not want to wake up. Like, and now I wake up every day and I am genuinely grateful and blessed and happy to wake up every day, even if I know it's going to be a hard day. And I mean, mental health is real. I still struggle with my depression. I still struggle with addiction. I still struggle with anxiety, and self-harm is still something that I struggle with. Body image in a whole is a whole thing. Advice for my lower classmen friends out there: just be easy on yourself and focus on yourself. Be easy on yourself and focus on yourself. If that makes any sense. And I mean, just don't be too hard on yourself. Like, I definitely got on myself for not having my license yet, not having a car yet, but realistically I'm still only 17, and everyone really is on their own path. Like, there's no, you gotta do this and this and this and then this, or this before you do this. Like, I have a friend who's literally getting married right now, and some people might think that that's crazy, but that is just the path that she's on. I support it. Honestly, I wish I would have taken more time to get to know myself sooner, because I mean, self-love is a lot more easier when you know who you are, and for a long time I feel like I didn't know who I was. And I think that's what high school really is for. It's just trying to figure out who you are. But your journey, your growth does not have to be linear. Everyone experiences bumps in the road. That's real. Say no to drugs. I feel like I've talked a lot about a lot of nothing in this video, but overall I just wanted to say that mental health is real, and it could be the person that you least expect really struggling the most, because there are some times where I literally tried to kill myself and then went to school the next day. No one knew. The times that I was almost dead, almost gone. The next day, went to school. I mean, really check up on your friends. My DMs are always open. I could definitely talk a lot more about my high school experience. If you want me to, just let me know. And yeah, I would just really suggest, while you're in high school, try to figure out what you like now, because I mean, you have so much time right now. Take what classes you feel like you're interested in. Like, I'm gonna graduate now, and there's so many classes that I wish that I would have taken in high school, but I literally didn't because I was too lazy and I just wanted to take the classes that would give me like an easy grade. But school probably would have been a lot more enjoyable if I would have actually tried. So, and like, you know, tried to be interested in the things that I was studying. I'm not saying that I was never interested in any of my classes, but like for 75% of high school, I was just like completely not locked in. Honestly, high school really sucked, but at least that means that I didn't peak, okay? At least it means that I didn't peak, and I'm probably gonna be like super successful in my 20s, right? Yeah, I just wish that I wouldn't have waited until the end of high school to try to figure out who I was, you guys. Just love yourselves a lot and give yourself a lot of space to grow and be who you want to be. Okay, now I'm going to put on my pretty dress and my cap for that, and then I'm gonna show you guys finished look. Okay, I got my dress on, and then I guess just put my cap on. Oh my god, this is crazy. This is crazy. Look at me.
It looks like one of those propeller hats, bro.
I'm gonna go take my pictures now, but thank you so much for watching. And to anyone who's been watching my videos since I started high school, because I've been making these videos literally since my freshman year, thank you for sticking around and not getting sick of me. Just hope that you continue to follow me on my journey. Yeah, congrats, class of 2024. We made it! We made it. About anything that I said in this video, like I said, if you ever want to reach out to me, you always can. And if you guys want me to make more videos about any of my high school experiences, let me know. Peace. About to go graduate.